Heyo, it's Mayo. So if you don't know already, May is Lyme Disease Awareness Month, and Lyme disease is something I had, and I had many tick-borne illnesses for many years of my life. I also had something called mast cell activation syndrome, and if you're new here to my channel, then you should check out this playlist because you can learn all about those illnesses. Every year for May, I try and do something to contribute to Lyme Disease Awareness Month, whether that's talking about Lyme disease or another illness that I had, or methods of healing that I've used to get better. And this year I decided I wanted to talk about something that really helped me in healing, not just from the tick-borne illnesses, but also from mast cell activation and just other things in my life. So today is the start of a series here on my channel, which you can either watch this series here on my YouTube channel, you can subscribe if you'd like to stick around for it, or if you would rather read this information, pretty much the exact same information will be on my blog here, which will be linked below. You can follow the series in blog form or here in vlogs. Today's video is really just to introduce you to the series, and I wanted to explain a little bit about what is DNRS. So DNRS stands for Dynamic Neural Retraining System, and it's a brain retraining program that can be used for all different kinds of ways of healing. I have my laptop in front of me because I'm pretty much just going to tell you some bullet points from what I wrote about this. Most of this information I took right from their website, but I took some of the work out for you, and I'm telling you some of the key points just right from their website. If you'd like to check them out though, I will put their links below, or you can check out the blog post for this part of the series, and you can check out those links that I have in the blog post. Cool? Cool. Okay, so DNRS, using the words from their website. DNRS is a natural, drug-free, neuroplasticity-based healing program that can help you recover from chronic fatigue syndrome, multiple chemical sensitivity, fibromyalgia, chronic Lyme disease, food sensitivities, anxiety, chronic pain, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, and many other conditions. Many of these conditions are related to a chronic stress response and a limbic system dysfunction. What's different about their approach is it targets not only the stress response, but it's targeting the root cause of the stress response. Like they say on their website, we're not chasing your symptoms, we teach you how to change the function and structure of your brain. We want to rewire your limbic system to help your body move from a state of survival to a state of growth and repair, where true healing can take place. They're wanting to move past just treating symptoms to make them feel better, but to actually treat the root cause of these continuous reactions. DNRS is taught in a practical step-by-step process that involves visual, spatial, movement, language, and emotional restructuring exercises to regulate the stress response. And essentially, like it said before, you're retraining the limbic system to no longer react in a fight or flight survival state, but to get it back into a parasympathetic state or a state of growth and repair. Some of the techniques that they use are cognitive behavioral therapy, mindfulness-based cognitive restructuring, emotional restructuring therapy, neuro-linguistic programming, incremental training, and behavior modification therapy. There is a number of regulatory skills that they use, including attention focusing, attention distraction, cognitive reappraisal, emotional distancing, and emotional regulation, if you're wanting to get really technical with all of this. How can you do DNRS? This is probably something that you guys may be curious of, is like, how did I do DNRS and how are there different ways you can do DNRS? Being that we're in the middle of a pandemic right now, you may be watching this video way later and we're not here anymore, but currently, if you're watching this video, we are in the middle of a pandemic and you can't do the in-person training program, but lucky for you, they sell some distance versions. So personally, I did a 14-hour DVD series. That's how I did DNRS. So there's the 14-hour DVD series. There's also a 14-hour online course that you can purchase. They also have the in-person 5-day interactive seminar that you literally go there in person and you're a part of a group, yada, yada, yada. So like I said, I did the 14-hour DVD series, and on top of that, we bought the book called Wired for Healing. My mom wanted to read that. She really enjoyed it and learned a lot. I also really wanted the transcription book for the course, and I wanted the student manual. I am like a visual kind of learner, and I really prefer when I have like a physical book in front of me. And so I wanted the transcription book so I could read along as she speaks, and I also wanted the student manual to physically write in. And I personally really like the physical manual because you can look back on it way later and you can see literally what you wrote down during that time. So this is the 14-hour DVD series that I got. This is, I'll show you everything. Show and tell. This is the DVD thing. Lots of cool stuff, pretty shiny. There's lots of cool information all over it. This is the DVD student manual. As you can see, I still have all my little color-coded tabs. I separated it by section, I think. I don't know. Here's some of my scribblings all over the page. As you can see, I really liked the student manual. I wrote all over it. Lots of goals, lots of great things. I think it's just really nice to physically write down your answers and be accountable for what you wrote down. I took lots of notes through here. My favorite part, I think, though, of the student manual is there's things falling. In the back, you probably can't see this super well, but there is lots of tips. It kind of summarizes things into bullet points at the very end of the book, and I think it's really, really helpful. I really like that. This is the transcription book. It's literally a transcription of just everything she's saying on the DVDs. It says like DVD 3. There's also videos I had to watch online. The transcription book and also the DVDs would give you a link, and you would just type it into your browser and you would watch the video on their website. There's different videos for each part, and there was some really cool stuff. So that's just to show you what I actually have here if you are curious what I have. My mom has the book up in the house. Just to kind of wrap this up a little bit, to make it a little bit more personal, DNRS was started by a woman named Annie Hopper. She is the woman who is in the instructional videos, and I think she does all of the courses herself. She's the instructor. Her name's Annie Hopper, and on the website, this is some of her story. In 2004, while working as a busy core belief counselor, newspaper columnist, and talk show guest as an expert in emotional wellness, Annie's health started to rapidly deteriorate. Mysterious symptoms like insomnia, headaches, body aches, pains, chronic exhaustion, and an increasing list of sensitivities ensued. Toxic overload was the eventual diagnosis, but even after undergoing detoxification treatments and an extensive list of healing treatments from over 30 different practitioners, her symptoms continued to escalate. This was the beginning of what can only be described as a type of science fiction nightmare. After almost 4 years of suffering that eventually led to homelessness, Hopper deducted that a toxic brain trauma was most likely the root of her suffering, and she went on to creatively rewire the neural circuits in her brain that had been altered due to toxic trauma, and the symptoms of illness eventually dissipated. That was in 2004 when her health kind of deteriorated. In 2008, Annie Hopper founded the Dynamic Neural Retraining System. She empowers people with the tools that they need to rewire their brain, transform their health, and reclaim their lives. I really liked that the instructional course started out with her telling her personal story, and I think it really started everything out to a personal level and relating. I absolutely can relate to having your health rapidly deteriorate, and a lot of the things she talked about, I just found it very relatable and just comforting and nice to hear that the person giving you all of this advice has actually been through really hard times themselves, and I think it makes it more compelling to listen to their story and hear how she figured out how to heal herself and how she's helped so many others find healing as well. As I said, if you are interested to learn more about DNRS, you can check out my blog post, you can check out their website. I will leave links below. Like I said, I took a lot of these quotes just straight from their website, so all credit to them for their wording there. In my next couple videos and kind of the rest of this series is just sharing my personal experiences with DNRS, kind of my thoughts on it, what results I saw 1 year later after doing the program, what things maybe I didn't like, and maybe some advice for other people who are thinking of trying out DNRS. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to follow along, remember to like and subscribe and check out all my links below. I will hope to see you for these next upcoming videos. Classic Mayo.